Hughes was a child held alone in an adult police cell.
I wasn't really aware of the human rights when it came to things like the police and being arrested and stopped and searched. I was with my friend Nazim, and then I got on a 57 bus from Streatham going to Collierswood to get some football boots. The police then took us off the bus and told us we matched the description of two people that had just done a robbery and that they're gonna have to arrest us. So they took us into the police station, took all out my DNA, my fingerprints, strip searched me in the cell, and I was in there for like 12 hours. I was wondering why I was arrested in the first place and how I managed to fit the description because I didn't do the crime. Then while I was in the cell, I asked if I could have a phone call and they told me I wasn't allowed to have one. But at the time, you weren't allowed an appropriate adult or a phone call.
So I'd message him to say where are you sort of thing. And he still didn't turn up and he also didn't reply, and generally he would reply. And then I came back home and my mum called to say that her house had been searched and that Hughes had been arrested. And they informed me that he had been held and that he was 17 and that he was an adult, even though he's 17, he's not an adult. And because he was an adult technically in the eyes of the police, we couldn't give him a solicitor. He had to request a solicitor himself. So I was quite shocked, and I was shocked that actually he was treated like an adult and we weren't informed. As a parent, I wasn't informed.
I was confused, I was worried, I was anxious, I didn't know what was going to happen. I had no one there to support me. Because I had never been arrested before, I didn't know my rights and what I was entitled to. I think human rights are very important because without your human rights, you don't know what you're entitled to, so you don't know whether or not you're being mistreated. My case had a very big impact so that I could change the law for the 17-year-olds so that they're treated as kids how they should be. So they would have an appropriate adult with them. They have to have it with them just to support them and calm them down and reassure them.
I was really happy that we changed the law, really, really happy. He's got 4 other siblings, so for me, that means that my children now have an appropriate adult. And not just that, my nephews, my nieces, my friends' children, it's life-changing. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's worth it, definitely. And Hughes, obviously, very proud of him.
Yeah, it was a very exciting day. People was telling me how proud they were, how it's a very big thing. I've changed a lot of 17-year-olds' lives.
Hughes used human rights to change the law on how young people are treated by the police.